Hi, welcome to another episode of Hawker vs Restaurant. My name is Marina.
I'm Alison.
And today we are here to try
Peking Duck! It's Peking Duck!
It's Peking Duck.
It's not.
You see the action is Peking, right?
Hello， 大家好，我叫 Jamie Bong， 我是 Majestic Peking Duck 的 Shop Manager。我们这里是主打卖北京鸭，还有一些特色的小菜。餐馆历史，我们从2016年7月份在这里 MakanSutra 开始营业，然后我们主打都是卖连皮带肉，然后包这个蛋皮、青瓜还有大蒜丝。北京鸭的制作过程是每一天新鲜的鸭子，我们师傅会现场烧烤。今天会准备北京烤鸭，还有一些小菜给你们吃。
So now we're at MakanSutra and it's right next to Esplanade. So we're at Majestic Peking Duck and it's one of the only hawkers in Singapore who sells like Peking Duck.
So this is the more affordable version lah. What we have here for the Peking Duck, they have the OG ingredients, which is like the Peking Duck itself, which is also special because it's not just the skin, it's also with meat. Yeah, with the meat. Just now when we were talking to the chef, right, he mentioned that the way they prepare it is to have a roasted duck, then they just pour hot oil on it so that the skin will be crispier.
It's $24 and it has 10 pieces.
Hey, different here got keropok. Special.
Extra for your $24. Actually, I love those Peking Duck, right, that has a bit of meat in it because I really like duck meat.
And I think it's more substantial, you get more filling.
Cheers! I really like the softness of the crepe along with like the crispiness of the vegetable. This is what I would want duck meat to taste like. So the meat is very tender, it's very juicy, but I think I was expecting the skin to be more crispy. Yeah, I think it's lacking in that aspect, but as for the meat, right, it's quite a solid like duck lah.
Honestly, right, I was a little bit disappointed because like what you said, the skin was not crispy. The crispiness from this whole thing is from the cucumber. But this one, right, because like there's skin, then there's a small layer of fats, and then there's the meat, right?
Yeah.
I like the fats. It's like the juice, like that.
Yeah, it's not too sinful, but yet it's like indulgent.
I think flavor-wise, right, it stays true to like the OG Peking Duck wrap. But at least for me lah, I want a bit more flavor. So like maybe a bit more sauce.
The duck flavor is not very strong because the sauce like kind of cover it. But I think if you're the type of person that don't particularly like very strong duck flavor, right, this will be okay for you. I think it's quite affordable and I think the quality like matches up to its price. If you kind of want to have a taste of like Peking Duck, you like crave for it, right? But you have no money to go to those like fancy like restaurants where like someone slices in front of you, right? Then I think this is actually your best bet at that.
A posh hawker because like we're near like all the posh buildings over here.
I feel like a bit atas, yet like I can sip on my like sugar cane. So we ordered some of their other dishes that has duck in them. So we have like a few rice, a salad and a soup. I would say I really like the cereal fried rice with duck because normally it's just chicken.
I think for me, right, is this one. It's the fried rice. It's just your typical OG duck fried rice.
It's very rare to have like duck in like simple dishes like fried rice or soup, but I think it actually goes very well together.
I'm the Group Sommelier and Operation Manager for VLV. We have 4 concepts in VLV and each different area represent different atmosphere. Our signature dish like our VLV Peking Duck, burger chicken. Our Peking Duck we are using 45 days old. The most special will be our condiment. It's a must dish that you need to order when you come to VLV.
Alright, so right now we're in VLV, which is a restaurant that serves traditional Chinese cuisine with a modern twist.
What's different about their duck is they serve it with both traditional and modern ingredients like romaine lettuce, crispy bean curd skin, avocado, and this truffle foie gras sauce.
So it's basically like a zeng up version of the traditional take of Peking Duck. Damn!
Yes, I'm very excited to eat because I cannot imagine like all these flavors coming together.
Yeah, the duck is 45 days old. They have to be specific because if more than 50 days, right, the duck will tend to eat a lot. Sounds like me. But like, it will tend to eat a lot, so the meat will be very fat. And that is not what you want for a Peking duck.
You know when he did that first slice, right? You can hear like the crispiness of the skin. I was like, yes. It
Like
was
very oddly
food
satisfying.
porn.
Yeah, food porn. Like,
I think we should try like the traditional method first.
it's so fragrant eh.
Yeah.
It's super fragrant.
And let's wrap it. At the first bite, you kind of taste the crepe and the hoisin sauce like hits you immediately. Then you start to taste the crunchy skin. Like you bite into the skin, then you taste the fat. And then at the end, right, suddenly there's the cut of the cucumber.
It's like to clean the palate for the next one.
Yeah.
It's not oily, but it's also crispy. There's a great balance to it lah. Let's try the zheng version.
The truffle foie gras sauce is super strong, like the smell.
I can just smell it all
my
day.
God.
Can I have like this in perfume form?
Ew.
Next level. You know the song "The Love Is My Drug" by Kesha? To me, right, the duck is my drug. It's damn good. Like I've been sniffing it all the way, just like, wow.
At first when you bite it, right, I'm a bit confused because you're like punched with like all the different flavors, like a bit sour for the foie gras, like very savory, then suddenly the truffle, then the duck comes through, then you're like, oh my gosh. Actually, I don't really taste the avocado that much.
I think that's what they want you to think, like the avocado is not to overpower but to balance the whole thing out.
I think the texture itself has many dimensions as well. It all blends in perfect
4D
harmony.
experience.
Yeah.
Can
I eat one more?
Yeah, can I have one more? So we have the rest of the duck meat available for us. Here they have two methods of preparation. One is the spicy duck cone, which we have over here, and the other one is the salt and pepper duck served with house-made kimchi.
Firstly, right, the presentation is like 10 out of 10.
Like
Some
mystified.
heavenly place like Garden of Eden, that kind of thing.
It's very crunchy. The meat itself is very juicy, very tender. There's this very subtle crisp to it, and that is the capsicum, which is like nice touch.
I think the duck meat is still very, very tender, even though it has been roasted and then like stir-fried again.
The ambience itself is like dim lit, then very romantic, you know. It's not just the quality of the food, but the quality of service. I would definitely bring like my dates over here.
Yes, I would come on a date here actually.
Are you suggesting something? What? So we just tried the Peking duck from two different places, and honestly, right, it's so good. But which is your favorite?
I think in terms of quality, right, I would choose VLV. Although it's quite expensive, but I think the quality that they produce for that price, right, is very reasonable.
Actually, I agree. It's like you can hear the crunch. Like,
Yes.
wow, it's not just paying for the quality of the duck itself, but like the quality of service. I think for quantity wise, right, HAWKER definitely wins hands down. Because imagine like you pay $24 to get 10. For me, right, when I eat out, quantity is over
Like
quality.
more is better.
Yeah, because you have to eat your fill ma.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think I'll agree with you because like their wrap, right, has duck meat in it. And I really love duck meat. Value for money, right? Which one would be your choice?
I think for me, right, although both establishments have very nice duck, they both have like pros and cons lah. For me, right, the ultimate is still HAWKER because when you go there, right, you just spend $24. Then like the ambience itself, like by the bay, you can see NBA and you can see
Wow,
MBS.
speaking of basketball.
It's by the bay, and then you can see MBS and then Esplanade.
Just soak in the Singapore atmosphere.
Yeah, it's like super localized and like you know you're in Singapore. I think it's a place where you bring your foreign friends over.
But I feel like my choice would be VLV. It was so worth the money. Like I would pay that price. Like you know the treat like my family or like my friends.
I'm your friend, right? Treat me, And the ultimate winner is... There's no winner!
Tie.
Yes, it's a tie.
Both are good choices depending on what is your preference.
Thank you for watching another episode of HAWKER vs Restaurant. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And watch our other videos over there.
Bye.
Bye!